And we are back for the second grand final, console grand final between Jokerj and Phanium. And I'm joined by a lovely new team. Say hi to GK Punk
Hello.
and Gordy
Hey buddy, how you going?
and the Observer.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, guys. Very glad to have all of you. You guys are awesome. And are you excited? Did you see the PC final? Just to quickly recap it in 10 seconds. One word of the PC final.
Right.
Nah,
I don't even know if it's 2 words or 1 word, but roller coaster, for sure.
That's one word.
yeah.
It's hyphenated. It's fine.
Perfect.
absolutely amazing. But now we look forward to the console final between Jokerj, who's coming from the winner bracket, and Phanium. And Jokerj, as a roulette rookie, he has been amazing so far, hasn't he been, Punky? What do you make of his journey so far?
Yeah, absolutely. He's coming in from the bottom part of the upper bracket. Just, again, the undefeated player of the tournament from the console bracket. A great rookie run, kind of like how we saw in the World Championship earlier.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, on the other side, we have Phanium, who has been absolutely dominating, not only in this tournament, but also in others. What do you make of him, Gordy, so far?
Well, a bit mouthy. I had to ban him from my chat earlier on, but apart from that, his play has been very, very good. Very good indeed. I mean, he had a hell of a match with Buff Guy. If you haven't seen that, then go and check the VODs there in the Discord in the RR8 matches. But that was a match and a half. But yeah, no, some player. He's been contesting for a while now, so expect to see some good things from him, and obviously Jokerj as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The Observer, what would you make of the road to the final of Phanium here? Because he is coming from the lower bracket, of course. What do you make of
Yeah.
his journey? It's some say it's one of the hardest paths ever, one of the hardest roads ever.
Definitely, yeah. A lot of players getting really tough roads back to the winner chance going through that lower bracket because a lot of good players end up there very early on, especially with the PC bracket. The same thing happened. Players like Blight and previous champions going straight down there. So it's not easy. Some say might be tougher as well.
Well, that's the pressure as well. Once you're in the LB, like if you lose, you're out. So you really do have to put it together to come back. So yeah, the pressure is much higher in the LB, I would say, than the winners bracket in either, whether it's the PC or the console. Well, I mean, we've all been in the LB, haven't we? Even you.
Everyone. I can't name a single player who has not been in the loser bracket so far. But yeah, for a quick overview of the format for those in chat, the first 2 maps will be casted by Punk and me. Then map 3 and 4 will be casted by Gordy and the Observer. Map 5 and 6 we're back to Punky and me. And if it comes to that, 7 and 8 will be covered by Gordy and the Observer again. So yeah, for now, me and Punk will take the reign here, Gordy and Observer. We'll talk about the upcoming map and the second map, and we'll see the 2 of you, well, back after map 2, and you'll take control of those 2 maps. Thanks for
All
being
right,
here
we'll
already,
see.
and see you soon.
We'll see in a bit.
Enjoy.
Yeah, Punky, this is another very, very hype matchup. Two players who've shown incredible skill in roulette so far, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, again, we were talking about Phanium's run through the lower bracket and high-profile eliminations throughout the multiple finalists and then the 6-time champion. Those are people that he eliminated to be here. And obviously, the buff guy was the last one, also a finalist. He was trying to get to his second final in a row, stopped by Phanium, who is in his second final, actually, because he was in the RR4 finals.
Yeah, you are very correct. And I've seen some talk in the RR8 chat of people saying this has been the craziest road of any player ever, the one that Phanium just got through. And I tend to agree when you look at those names. I mean, I like Hitman, Docker, Buff Guy, T-Nord, and more.
Yeah,
Like those
yeah.
aren't small names. Those are huge, huge names in the roulette
Those are
history.
either champions or finalists. Yeah, exactly. I like Hitman, Docker, Buff Guy, Hands. Like all these are competent players. Like T-Nord, just
Yeah.
any man, and the fact that he got down to the lower bracket by being defeated by Crudy, it just you can also tell like he just activated himself. It's like the Yanini thing where you just become stronger. I don't know if it's because it's backs against the wall, but
Yeah, could very
that's
well
what
be.
it was.
And yeah, Speedster, Kenny, to just name a few more victims that have
Yeah,
fallen
Speedster, another finalist.
to the hands of Phanium. But yeah, on the other end, Joker, as we've seen before in multiple tournaments already, we always see rookies showing up and just absolutely dominating. And I believe that is the case for Joker here as well, wouldn't you say, Punk?
Yeah, absolutely. Just 2 maps in the whole tournament so far dropped to Linux Penguin. A flawless run through the upper bracket, and that's basically where he is. Has 2 maps lost, no matches lost. That's why he gets the favorite first pick, being the upper bracket.
Yeah, exactly. And when we look at the upcoming maps, we're starting with Hokkaido, chosen by Joker. And not to go too far ahead of ourselves already, second map is Haven Island, chosen by Phanium. So those are 2 interesting maps and kind of opposite maps as well, right? 2 target versus, or even 1 target, one could argue, versus 3 target. Smaller map against a longer map.
Oh, yeah, Hokkaido is what I say is a 1.5 target map. So Haven double that, the 3 target map with a wide spread of targets. But Haven's probably a lot more standard. So Hokkaido has a little bit of variety, as you mentioned in the other match. People trying to fight with the Sauna strat, trying to get Yuki in the cable car or Portman's room. It's like a lot more options now.
And it's a very intricate map as well, right, Hokkaido? There's like so many possibilities for such a compact map, you would say.
Yeah,
and there's so much different route possible. It's amazing for RR.
Yeah, it's so well connected. It's one of the most well connected maps in all of the trilogy, and we said that even ever since 2016, actually. So it still holds its value as a good map for contracts, roulette, main mission.
Yeah, I mean, Season 1 has more of those maps, right? I would rank Paris and Sapienza in the same category with the same qualities as Hokkaido's in that regard.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, quickly looking at the lifetime performances here, Punk, it's pretty similar, right? Phanium has just played it one more time, which he lost.
Yeah, resulted in a loss, so
the difference here.
Same number of wins.
Yeah. Could be very close. I mean, Joker, again, of course, is the rookie, so we're not expecting crazy high numbers on any of these maps, simply because he came from the winner bracket and won all his matches, so he didn't have the chance to play a lot of maps. Phanium, more experienced, however, but not so much on Hokkaido on first look at it.
Yeah, Phanium played once, and obviously Joker, being all of his matches come from this tournament, played it twice, both times in this tournament, but the highlight is the semifinal against the Buff Guy where he swept him 6-0, and that one on Hokkaido was one of the maps that he swept him on. So maybe that's why he picked this, that he's confident on, a really strategic, solid player like the Buff Guy can be beaten by Joker.
Exactly, and the spin is already here, Punk. Do you mind reading it out?
Yeah. Somebody forgot to refresh. Throw the heart into the trash can again for Eric Soders as the helicopter pilot, and Cleaver as the chief surgeon for Yuki Yamazaki.
So whenever we see a chief surgeon disguise, you kind of say surgeon start straight away, right? You want to you just want to get him straight away. Even though there are other options to get him, but it does make a lot of sense. And we do see Phanium loading in really quick as the surgeon, but does get spotted trying to get him here.
Yeah, he's using the tranquilizer, which might be difficult because that is a gun that can be hurt by, you know, when you take the shot, the gunshot. But he does go to the corner of the room and gets shot off without anybody hearing it.
Yeah, and on the other side, we do have Jokerj deciding to start in the restaurant in the suit, going for an early Yuki isolation near the cable card, which is an interesting choice. So I'm looking forward to see his plan to obtain the Chief Surgeon disguise.
Yeah, definitely. You have to see how much. Like, I don't know if any of these players actually keep track of the cycle of the Chief Surgeon, and again, different starting locations could possibly cause the cycle to be different. A snail to take out 4 guards at once for Jokerj.
Yeah, that's very nice, and he has Yuki down. But yeah, in the meantime, Phanium is in the morgue. Did get the Chief Surgeon disguise already. Still needs to retrieve the cleaver as well, and is opting to go towards the helicopter pilot at the moment.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, helicopter pilot could cause problems. Again, it appears whenever you actually want him to walk down the stairs, he doesn't. So hopefully that timing works out for him.
I mean, there are a couple of simple lures you could do from underneath here, like where Jokerj is. You could make them go all the way here if you're aware of it. And it looks like Jokerj is doing that. And I'm just about to say, like, this combo of disguises for the spin is interesting, because they even meet up with each other.
Yeah, you can actually use, I mean, it's probably not an option. It takes a really long time. The whole roleplay, take him all the way down to the room with the pills and just knock him out, and you have both of your disguises, but you probably won't see that unless you were doing like a show match or something.
Yeah, exactly. And we do see Jokerj taking out the morgue doctors for the easiest cleaver grab, one could argue. Of course, the other cleaver is at the restaurant, where you can prepare the sushi. This one is easier, or at least closer, one would say.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, this sky is very, very under, like, it doesn't look so hard to get, but then you can see what Phanium has the issues of. The guards can hear the distractions downstairs, and they will go for one of them, went for it, and a little bit of improvisation from Phanium's.
Yeah, and this looks very interesting. So he tranked the guard, he first lured the guard down, then he tranked guard number 2, turned the third guard around, who is occupied with looking at the tranked body, and then tranked the pilot, but runs into another enforcer there, which is unfortunate. But that strat was really cool for Phanium.
That it really was. Not only that, he while doing all that, tranking the checkpoint guard and making the other checkpoint guard, seeing that means he skipped the frisking part, so he could just run straight in.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jokerj with the slower still should be really ahead now with the pilot secured now.
Yeah, and also doesn't have to worry about any timing for Yuki, of course, because he has isolated her already at the cable card. So, yeah, and the pilot is always a surprisingly strong disguise on Hokkaido. Actually, not trespassing in the morgue or in the hospital area.
If you're aware of that frisk point, yeah, he is incredibly powerful. And again, the bait and hook for the chief surgeon. So in case, you know, Jokerj has problems with that disguise, you can always just use that disguise to grab the other one.
Yeah, exactly. And we do see a calmer shot on one of look, he's even allowed in the heart.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like they just copied like the surgeon's trespassing permissions or something for him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, they are good friends, right? I mean, he is the surgeon's supplier. So it does make sense.
Give him the one of those chips in his outfit.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the first kill down for Jokerj already, and he just needs to obtain the chief surgeon disguise. So he picked up the cleaver already.
Yeah, well, he's got a calmer. Just need a spot where he can take the disguise and not get spotted. Surgeon's actually in a good spot, running back towards the hospital. Really have that little bit of a blind spot where you can just take it. Yeah, Joker seems to just do in the middle of the platform. Takes
Yeah,
the
because
disguise.
all those 3 guards have their back turned, and he already got rid of the pilot who is looking at that direction, but he's boxed up already near the sleeping guard. So that was perfectly safe. Very nice setup from Joker here, and
Yeah, slight risk of the 2 guards outside the surgery. They did see the body, but they didn't see him change. So safe on that case. Well timed, because I think a little bit late would have been him getting spotted there.
yeah, and just a huge lead there. It's completely in Joker's hand. He just needs to
Gigantic,
just needs to dodge the random enforcer here and there, but he should be pretty safe right now.
Only the enforcer should be the director at this point, and he shouldn't be out at the bottom of the platform anymore. So it's actually just free reign. He's knocked out all 4 guards in the platform.
Exactly.
Yuki is down. There's nothing to lose for Joker unless he crashes. Let's just hope it doesn't. He hits finished, so that means he's done. Yeah, that's the kill. There's a little jingle for the snail.
Yeah, exactly. Just to celebrate his map win. And yeah, that is Joker taking his own map pick. I was really curious to see like which strat was actually quicker if Phanium didn't run into that rip. But yeah, that's always a what if.
This is Joker's 9th map in a row in this tournament. He had ever since he lost the Whittleton Creek in round 3 versus Linux. He has not lost a map. This is the 9th straight win. And what a momentum that is. I don't know if he remembers that. He said he was nervous, but this should be a huge confidence booster.
For sure. It's always nice to win your own map pick and start with a win. And on the other hand, we do have Phanium, and if there's any player who's able to come back from this and regain his composure, it's him. He's been incredibly strong, as multiple casters have mentioned in multiple matches already. So this is far from over, I feel like. 4 to 8 points. First to 8 points. So...
yeah, definitely. Onto Haven Island, which Joker, again, one of those impressive runs. He has managed to not play it at all so far, and this is where he's playing. The testing grounds is in the grand finals, so hopefully he's more practiced in this map. This Phanium does have some play in here. 3 wins, 1 tie, or 1 loss.
Yeah,
no
I
ties.
mean, I guess that's the downside of dominating the winner bracket, right? You don't get to play all of the 18 maps.
Yeah. That could be depending on the type of player you are, whether you're intentionally willing to hide maps or you prefer playing more maps so you get more versed in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even really in his control, really. Like, he has played 5 matches prior to this. It's hard to play them all, of course. But yeah, experience is on Phanium's side here, Ponky. He has a 75% win rate on Haven, which anything above 50% on Haven is impressive in my books.
Yeah, definitely. It's I think about 50% is really good on Haven, because it's just most of the time you're playing against the map and then the player. So yeah, definitely anything above 50 is really good. 50 itself is really good.
Yeah, exactly. And Haven, yeah, it's one of those maps. It can go from super straightforward to incredibly tricky and loadout heavy. And there are some very tricky spin conditions. We've seen players struggle with falling object for Steven, for example, just to name one instance. We've seen,
of definitely. Course, even falling object for Tyson.
Yeah, I was just gonna say even Tyson is usually always the hardest. So yeah, we will see what the spin will throw at these players. But I'm sure both are more than capable to handle anything that comes along their way.
Yeah, it's going to be very important. I think we'll probably see similar starts. It's the middle and the tail end of this map is what's the most crucial part. It's where things tend to go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I don't know. I was thinking, like, what are you hoping for? Like, maybe like a live kill on Tyson could spice things up, and we would see like a
Yeah,
divergence from like the
definitely.
majority of threats.
Yeah, something to prevent the usual thing that's Phanium's doing right now, which is the safest thing you can do, really. It's
Yeah, definitely.
the cinema room isolation.
Yeah. But yeah, the good thing about this grand final, I mentioned this before already, Punk, it is first to 8 points. So even if Phanium does manage to lose this one and goes behind 4-0, there's still plenty of room to come back
Yeah,
with those points.
definitely. It's yeah, plenty of space to come back to, but obviously, as Phanium going into your own map pick, you probably want to get this win because who knows? But yeah, it's we'll see if the score ever gets to 4-4 because that would be the crucial tipping point of the match, like it happened in the other time, where it just whoever gets to match point first and the distance you have in points at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And the spinner has arrived already. And look at that. I swear I was unaware of this. I'm
Yeah,
sure no
right.
one will believe me, but we do have a live kill for Tyson. So Tyson Williams injected poison and in the gas suit as well. That's a deadly combo. Stephen Bradley, loud explosive weapon as resort staff. And Ludmila Petrova, scissors as the waiter. So yeah, all eyes on the Tyson kill for this spin, I would say, Punk.
Yes, absolutely. And you just take the hat off from the Steven disguise and you have the other disguise. Not really. They just look exactly the same. Not exactly, but the color scheme can be confusing. Hopefully the players don't make a mistake with the disguises here. Because when you're playing fast, you're just taking the disguise. You hardly look at the names.
Yeah. And Phanium, as we've seen so often already, Punk, he's so quick with loading in. And he did decide to start, as mentioned, Steph, and is still clearing out this cinema room, despite it being a live kill for Tyson. So we might just clear out the way here a little bit, and wants to get him here later in a later cycle.
Yeah, that could be the case. Joker starting as the PT, securing Steven immediately. Yeah, this is a very, very interesting strategy from Phanium. It's like gas suit is also close to Tyson. It's an annoying disguise, but it's still not something like Doctor or something where you have to go to the other side of the map.
Yeah. And yeah, he does take care of the bodyguard here as well on Phanium's side, leaving Tyson to wander all alone without any protection. So that is set up for now. And yeah, like you said, Joker did a medic Steven straight away. He will be vomiting in the toilet underneath the gym very soon. Well, not too soon because he is for
Yes,
someone
does
who
take
has
time.
for someone who has to
It's-
vomit, he's not rushing.
Yeah, is maybe he doesn't want to run too fast and it all comes out in the on his way. But the big picture for Joker could be that he takes care of these kills, the Steven and Ludmilla kill, and then goes into the Villa for the Tyson kill around that 740 mark where the second and third cycle cinema happens.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see these players make the timing and execute their planning here. But yeah, technically no isolation yet for Phanium, even though he did do some setup already. Whereas Joker,
Yeah, he does have to come back here. So Joker J, it definitely strategically has the advantage. Slightly slower in-game time, but like I said, if he indeed is planning on going for those outside kills first, that might just come together as a really, really well optimized run.
yeah,
It's going
and
for the waiter now.
yeah, nice little bit of bush luring right here. He does lose track of him, unfortunately. But yeah, he is knocking out this waiter in the open right here. He must be aware of the timing of that roaming guard there. Does does get him. He even changes into the disguise, and that's that all set up. And now we'll be looking for Trova for another medic isolation, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it would have to be a long wait though. I wonder how he'll use his time here. Maybe even go back and get the gas suit, get the loud explosive, which can be found in the villa. He looks like he's gonna work on the waiter, or the resort staff. Sorry, it's the guy with the hat.
Yeah, exactly. And this is
Interesting.
always a scary room.
Definitely, this is a sketchy room. Both of the disguises can be found here, so it's interesting Joker went for that guy.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, in the meantime, Punk Phanium did take care of Stephen Bradley already as well. He is knocked out in the bathroom, and he is making his way to the same room that Joker just left. Also gonna take care of these disguises here. So all in all, pretty equal, I would say, at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Joker has all these disguises, so we'll have to see if that he's not. I saw a trigger, so he has explosive on his own, which he seemed to have dropped. Hopefully, he uses the right disguise. Again, another disguise with the white shirt. It's the chef this time.
Yeah, and I'm very interested to see why he opted to change into that.
Yeah, that's definitely not needed. Then gotta have to wait for Ludmilla to get to this kitchen area for a little bit. Back to the waiter, which is the Ludmilla kill one. He could have just gone and detonated the Steven one, but he's opted not to do that still.
Yeah, Phanium, however, did do that. He did get the kill on Steven already, which is double doors, of course, so it is soundproof. And there was also nice placement of the remote, so there's no non-target kill. And also very nice drone distraction here, just to make both Ludmilla and her guard stop for an easier shot instead of on a walking target. So that's
yeah, absolutely.
That's very well done.
Really smart play. Joker will be waiting around the same area. He's ahead in-game time-wise there. He's gonna take a really sketchy moving shot from above.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Lots of...
Not a fan of this angle at all. And he even misses her.
Yeah, misses it. Oh no.
And missing a seeker shot on Haven if you don't have a spare medic brought with you is deadly.
Alright, opts not to take another one, so maybe he'll go for the safer one. No, he's just bumping them to delay.
No, but he already used his first seeker on Steven. So unless he brought a calmer, he's out of seeker shots.
Oh. Looks like he's trying to open the door. There is a banana there. Phanium's got his second kill now. He's firmly in the lead.
Yeah. Then again, it is the Tyson kill left, which is by far the trickiest one in this spin.
Yeah, he's got a legal disguise though. Approaching the 6-minute mark. If he can get to this gas suit in about 1:30, he should be able to get Tyson all by himself back at that cinema room.
Oh, and Joker gets ripped by the enforcer chef that he left up trying. He had a great plan, great improv there. He decided he missed the seeker shot, was out of a medics for Ludmilla, so he wanted to quickly medic poison her food there, but he left the other chef up, and he was an enforcer to the chef disguise. And that's an unfortunate rip for Joker, which will set him back by 6 minutes.
You have to knock out Urban when you play Haven. It's just again, passive objective.
Yeah, exactly.
I say that because Urban is the one who is the enforcer. Rampart is not an enforcer to the Urban's disguise. We should take Urban's one. So that's Phanium already had the massive lead, but it's his map to lose now.
Yeah. I gotta say though, it was really cool to see how Joker was thinking very quickly on the street. Like he missed, he was all out of medics, and then was like, "Wait, I can still poison her food there." That's some quick thinking in a
that was
RR
great
final.
thinking.
Unfortunately,
Would have loved to see that happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did not work out for him. And now we are getting to the crucial part here, Punky, for Phanium. He has obtained the gas suit. And
Yeah,
will
and
be on his way to
Tyson is
Tyson.
there already.
Yeah.
Tyson is hands on his head in the cinema room. What's the plan here?
Well, since he's the only one there, he's probably
Oh,
gonna
he's
lure him
gonna
all the way
toss the
around.
thing on. Yeah, this is really nice. See, this is well played out from Phanium. He knows he can be here around 740.
Yeah. Oh, but he is. I was just gonna say he couldn't get in there. It will look great out for me for a second. But yeah,
Yeah,
that is an
it
easy
will.
lure. Or maybe I was just
It's
hallucinating there, Ponky, but it did seem like locked and grayed out for me for a second.
the sliding doors have this weird thing where it just, if you're too close to the prompt, it won't open, but 47 does the animation anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Can throw you off, of course, but yeah, this is looking very, very promising for Phanium right here. Just have to wait for Tyson to walk around, inject him, and then, well, he doesn't have a disguise to escape with this time around. That's the only thing that could potentially be scary here.
Yeah, just have to keep his calm for the last part. Just needs to get to the bottom of the ladder, and then he'll be safe. And hopefully no punch here. Yep, slowly takes it. That's all 3 kills completed by Phanium. No mistakes.
Yeah, and as soon as he's down this ladder, he's not trespassing anymore either. So that's a safe route towards the seaplane. I'm assuming.
Yeah, Joker with a change of strategy. Looks like he started Villa and he wanted to do the server, but it's too little too late. We're playing against a perfect Phanium on Havian, who's, just doesn't make any mistakes, and this is Joker's first Haven in RR, and that's gonna result in a loss. But the score is even now.
Yeah, similar to the PC final here. 2-2 after 2 maps. And that does mean we are ready for the 3rd map. So I will be bringing in or summoning in Observer and Gordy here. Gordy and Observer, are you guys here?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You know
we've
it.
been waiting. We've been
Welcome.
waiting to pounce, my friend.
Well, feel free to take over. You can talk a little about the Haven map and have fun with the upcoming 2 maps. Punk and me will take a little backseat here.
Observer, your take on Haven then, my friend?
Yeah, looked really good from Phanium there. Clearly knew what he was doing. Unfortunate for Joker, and like Froth said, that emetic idea is so good. You love to see that in players, trying to emetic that dish. But yeah, amazing from both of them, just unlucky for Joker with that one shot. Would have been close, I think, otherwise.
Well, it's going to be close anyway, to be absolutely fair. I mean, GK Punk made the point there that Phanium was top tier in his Haven approach there. And, well, it's not a surprise to see that. This is the final after all. Joker, he will have in his back pocket the excuse, I haven't practiced Haven, which, well, it's not going to be good enough. But we are off to Sapienza, one of the, well, I'm going to say better maps. I'm so glad that you and I have Sapienza and Berlin to cast rather than Haven. It's much more forgiving in that respect to both the players and the casters, I believe. But yeah, what are you hoping to see in Sapienza, mate?
Yeah, like you're saying, Sapi and Berlin feel like, since they've, even though Berlin hasn't been around long, they do feel like one of those maps that are kind of solved. Like this, they're picked a lot. People really seem to like it, so a lot more stuff has been done with it. But yeah, there's always some interesting things to see on this. Probably just some difficult weapon grabs. Hopefully they all know their cycles for everybody. But yeah, it's going to be a very quick one, I think, as long as the spin isn't unforgiving.
Well, I mean, you say difficult weapon grabs and where you know the cycles and things. Franny, the key one appears to be Franny first cycle. If you can get Franny first cycle, everything else seems to fall into place. And everybody knows that for any first cycle, you get her in her office there. But that's not always a guarantee either. I mean, the spin can throw up some curveballs there. You get an awkward one like the battle axe. You got to start in those ruins, and well, say priest battle axe. You got a lot of traversing to do, haven't you?
Exactly. Yeah, it comes down to if they want to risk that timing. I think it's 240, maybe 250 for first cycle Franny. So you really got to sit down and think for a second, can I make this disguise and this weapon before first cycle? And that's what it comes down to usually, is just good routing.
Good routing is absolutely key on Sapienza. There's no doubt about that. Of course, the virus. I mean, if you get a loadout heavy spin, I can't think of many that are loadout heavy, but we can already see in Phanium's loadout there. He's got an EMP tool. Joker, look, no EMP tool in his loadout. Does have a sniper rifle there, and a sneaky emetic. Love to see that. 2 darts. Both of them of the Karma variety, an emetic tool, a gas device, which is classed as a weapon. So you got to be careful if you're placing that as a quote unquote civilian. But yeah, he's got a ghost in his stash point there in the ICA safe house, which I mean, if you can shoot the virus, you probably wouldn't want to shoot it with a ghost. You'd actually want a Viper, wouldn't you?
Yeah, get rid of that chance of a lethal kill straight through it. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Well, there we go. I mean, I would expect Joker to know that, but if he doesn't, well, he's going to find out very, very quickly. But Phanium, his stream has crashed for me, so hopefully we can get that back up. Oh, Phanium, don't let us down here, man. But yeah, Sapienza, very well established map. Obviously, the second proper map of the World of Assassination trilogy. And yeah, we're all tied at 2, all in the Roulette Rebels 8 console final. I'm quite hyped. I'm very hyped. I really am. Observer, you take the first one, mate. What have we got for Sapienza? What is the spin?
Gladly. So we have Silvio Caruso, SMG as the hippie or the bohemian, and then Francesca DeSantis battle axe as the delivery man. So we do see that battle axe we do
see that battle axe, yes. And it's not an Easter egg one like in Whittleton. You can actually go and get the damn thing, but it does mean going all the way to the ruins, which isn't too far from the lab. So there is that. But yeah, Joker seems to be stuck, and I've got Phanium out here. Can you see things your end? I'm a little bit concerned here. I've got no moving around on Joker's stream.
Joker did just load in on his stream, and Phanium is stuck on the loading or the planning screen right now.
This is exactly what you would want for a final. Technical issues on the player's end. Joker's finally planning. Oh, Phanium, please come back, man. Please come back. We at least want to see you play. But okay, so what are we seeing from Joker's loadout? We got a slapdash SMG in a briefcase for him. That was pretty much all I caught. Everything else was rapid.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like from the 2 sides of the map he could have started, he decided to get hippie first, which it looks like both players
makes absolute sense. Makes absolute sense, because I mean you're gonna have to go high up at some point. Why not start high and get your disguise that you're going to need, especially with the simpler kill, shall we say. But Joker is off. Phanium is offline. Oh, mate. Well, Joker knocking out the bodyguard there. Going to take out the cameras, which makes a very good deal of sense. Going to resist all the urges there to throw a muffin so he can get down those stairs quickly. Of course, particle boosting not allowed in these roulette matches. But Joker is off to a flyer. Has his disguise. Has the weapon he needs. His stash. I can see he's got a green stash there. Probably the pantry, maybe. He's going straight in by the back door to the kitchen. Still getting nothing from Phanium.
Looks like he's just about back, according to his stream. You might have to give it a quick refresh as well. There,
I've been refreshing this whole time, mate.
No,
I've got a button.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm just ahead then. I'll pause it so we're on the same timeline.
Yeah, no, don't you worry about that. Well, Joker has made his way up to Franny DeSani. He's up. Whoa, he's up on the roof. He's grabbing a crowbar. Resisting the urge again to grab the propane. Doesn't need it. So he's at Franny at 1 minute and 45. So he's got a bit of waiting to do unless he intends to do some calmer work here. It looks like he's got some darts. Now, what's going on Phanium's side, mate? Can you tell me? Now, what's Joker going to do for this window? Ooh, okay. So Joker's just shot through the window and cameraed the guard outside that could have wrecked him. Can be dodgy in Franny's office there, but he's going to hide her. So Phanium, sorry, mate, carry on.
Yeah, Phanium, like I said, I might be a tiny bit ahead, but yeah, he had a risky Bohemian there a minute ago. Did get a side KO, but kept the green guns, so that was lucky there. Just about saved it. Joker, as people were saying in chat, he did dump that body at the window, but luckily it's not an eliminate one, so he's all good. And yeah, both players still have to get that battle axe, so still a lot of potential for Rips right now. It's hard to tell who's in the lead, to be honest. Probably Joker's favor because of the time, of course. But yeah, looking pretty good from both of them right now.
Still trying to get Phanium back up. It's been a nightmare. Oh, I've got him, finally. I don't know why he was out. But yeah, Joker looking good. Just coming up 3 minutes on his in-game time. Changed into the mansion guard disguise. Of course, no cameras for him to worry about. And like we say, he does have Silvio Caruso down. We'll need to go over and get that battle axe. He's in a good disguise for it, but there are a few enforcers over there, so that's going to be a problem. But, well, you'll have to navigate that. Phanium, meanwhile, coming up to Franny's office at the 2 minute and 12 mark. Also with a dart gun in hand. He's not going to mess around. Look at that. She's actually been panicked in there. Yeah, so Phanium here, look at this. Okay, 2 darts. Quick, swift punch to the face for Francesca. And dragging her to the back room. Joker J, meanwhile, has quite happily navigated to the base of the ruins. There is that guard at the top. He's going to have to look out for, because, of course, he's going to shoot the battle axe down. In fact, that guard was super easy. Barely an inconvenience because he didn't even hear it. So Joker is off with the axe in his hand.
And yeah, we can see Phanium about to get this Silvio isolation done. Does have all the items needed.
Yep. Smart there, waiting just a second for Silvio's first guard to get fully tranked before he knocked out the second guard, so that wasn't going to gun him. Gets the kill quite handily. Now changing into a mansion security disguise, and he will also be off to the ruins. But Joker, he has a battle axe in hand, and he is on his way back to Franny DeSani. Just needs, he's got his instinct hammered right on as well, hasn't he? He's flicking it on and off, making sure he's not going to run into an enforcer. And you can't blame him either, can you? You can't blame the players at this point for going fully monochrome. He's even going all the way round. He didn't even go through Franny's bedroom window to drop off the axe. But on his way now to go get himself a delivery man. Shouldn't be too bad. There are a few people up there, but it should be okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty good from. And I just want to say, Gordy, you might, a few people, about 5 or 6 people saying in the chat, you're about 30 seconds behind for Joker. Phanium's perfect.
Oh, so am I? Okay, well, in that case, I'll give that a refresh.
or even open up that throat one. I tried. I think I had the same issue looking at Joker's stream. It is lagging behind a bit, which is unfortunate. But yeah, Phanium's about to get that axe, going for the simple shot into it. Does panic the guard though, and he's going to come down. So that's a bit scary for him. Hopefully he plays it
Well,
safe.
he's not got the axe yet. Yeah, that's a bug. He's got that guy up there in a panic, and Jokerj with a big whoosh there, just going to run through and finally realised that the guard that does patrol the little hallway in between the courtyard and Silvio's lab, but he's thrown the axe up onto the roof, climbed up, got his axe back, and he's gonna, well, basically get rid of Franny. And Phanium with a really cool panic distraction on that guard so he can go get his battle axe.
Yeah.
But Jokerj has the kill.
Exactly.
Jokerj has the second kill. Silvio is dead. Franny is dead. He now just needs to get rid of that virus. We can see a slapdash SMG. He's opened the door to the ether lab. And he is... What's his strat going to be here? Obviously that guard at the side. I don't see an EMP tool in his inventory.
Yeah, always scary to see that.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even opt for that sniper that we were thinking he was going to go for.
No, did not.
SMG.
So he's changed into a lab security disguise. Looks like it's going to be an SMG onto the stalactite. But saying that, he's taking a much more direct route. I thought if he's going to take the shot from there to the actual virus, then fair plays. But nope. Okay, that's the virus for Jokerj. Just needs to get the hell out of there. Phanium, 6 minutes and 24 seconds in, still doesn't have the second kill. And I don't think it's going to matter because Jokerj is out at 6 minutes and 22 by the looks of things. Sorry, 8 minutes and 22. Beg my pardon. That's looking really good for Jokerj.
Yeah, very nice. Unlucky for Phanium. Bit behind. No chance of a photo finish, I don't think, because he's too far away. But yeah, that was really nice from Jokerj. Played it safe. Bit of a hiccup.
Flawless. Yeah. To be quite honest. Yeah, absolutely. No risk. Very nicely done. Made a really good decision as well to start up in the tower clock because in the town hall in the tower, which you kind of expect with a Bohemian grab, to be honest. Yeah, the battle axe might throw your thinking off a little bit, but the Bohemian grab was probably the way to go there. So GG's to Jokerj, and that takes us to 4-2 in this console Roulette Rivals 8 grand final. Phanium with a bit of work to do here then, Observer.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for Phanium. It is Joker's pick, of course, but I'm sure Phanium did want to take a couple of those from him. And yeah, we're going on to one of the toughest maps, in my opinion, if you don't have your practice or your research done, which is Berlin. So Phanium will definitely want to get this map because you don't want to be in a tourney with 6-2 against you, as that's very disheartening, as you got to win 3 maps in a row. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be a tough ask to come back from that. But Berlin again, like you say, one of the tougher maps, purely because there's so many variables, and you've got things that can absolutely throw you for a loop. Let's say, I don't know, that bastard from Florida. He can absolutely wreck your day. I'm sure a few of us have had that. But looking at the lifetime performance, both 50%, but Phanium, of course, with the experience there, because not a roulette rookie. Has been here 4 times, won twice, lost twice. Jokerj been here twice, lost once, lost the other time. So, well, I don't think you can hand either of these players. Vegas odds would be struggling to give this anything but a pick and fight because of the low numbers of visits, wouldn't you say?
Exactly, yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see. A lot of routing is going to be important in this, and which order they deal with it in. That's usually what it comes down to, knowing which targets are best for which conditions. But yeah,
it's easy as well. I mean, I know from personal experience going into Berlin, sometimes you get that little bit of hesitation. You got too much choice. Like, what do you go for first? I know 420 would absolutely be screaming at me, well, you go this, and this. Because he's that sort of person. He likes to shout at me. But yeah, you can have that that abundance of choice, which will screw your thinking. It used to be a thing as well. People would start at the radio tower just so they could bring in that extra pistol. But that seems to be very much long gone. People, no, you can get everything you need on the map. Unless it's a silenced pistol, you're pretty much, everything else is there. Why would you start radio tower and waste a minute?
Exactly, yeah. And Hitmaps definitely is your friend on this one. A lot of stuff hidden around every single agent. Even has stuff from like lethal syringes to Semtex or any item you need to kill anybody is pretty much on their bodies.
Well, there's a couple with very loud explosives, no doubt. Of course, Lowenthal has one. Chamberlain has one. In fact, I also think Montgomery has one as well. So yeah, you're not shy of loud explosives on the map. Lethal injection, well, that would be Agent Banner. Some guys would call him Tech Crew Guy on the Bridge guy. Silent SMGs, there's plenty of them about. So anything loud like an assault rifle, that's something you're going to have to bring in.
Yeah, definitely. And like we were saying earlier, it's always nice to see some Florida guy, because he is the one that a lot of people hate with his random cycle. And we've seen many rips throughout this tournament from Florida Man, countless amounts throughout the tournaments as well, as he's such an oddball when it comes to all of these kills. He can just end up anywhere. So
I owe my spot in the losers bracket to the Florida Man. I'm pretty sure of that. So
oh, I recall, yeah, at the end of the steps for Montgomery, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, I wasn't too pleased with that. But either way, let's not talk about that. But yeah, Florida Man, bit of a dick. Easy grab though. If you haven't got a suit, then it is recommended you grab him from the barman star, isn't it? By the projection bar, I believe it's called.
Yeah, projection bar. Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah, because of course you've got a stash right there as well. You can pick up the a seeker if you want to. But so options are there, and of course we haven't mentioned the infamous roll floor. What's your opinion on the roll floor, Observer? I don't think you and I have ever spoke about that.
Yeah, I think when the circumstance arrives for it to be good and will work out for the more effective kills, I think it's amazing. I think if used properly, it's a really good tactical choice. But I am worried that a lot of players lean on it too much from what I've seen. But of course, I'm a rookie, so I'm not as familiar with it. But yeah, if the circumstance calls for it, I'd love to see it done well, because it could definitely be used for amazing record time as well. When you're waiting for all those agents to come down, just get all your items, get the disguises ready, and yeah, I think it's definitely a useful tool on Berlin.
Okay, we've got a bit of a delay with the spin. I think Phanium is actually offline. So we're just waiting for that to sort itself out. Hopefully he'll be back anytime now. Mr. Mike has extended the time. So yeah, Phanium's Wi-Fi is acting up. My only response to that is try not to be poor. You know, just have money. And get a full fiber wire right to your actual console. That is what it is. But fingers crossed Phanium can come back soon. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, so you and I now have to talk some more
more nonsense
about
Berlin
and things. But we could also talk about the fact that Phanium's come through the lower bracket. He got knocked down quite early, I think. GK Punk was saying earlier, I got knocked down by Crudy, was that right?
Yeah, funnily enough it was, yeah. And I'm actually just going to check it now myself. I know they were speaking about it earlier, but Yeah, he went through the rings of fire to get here, and it would be amazing to see him win. Both players obviously deserve it. But yeah, it looks like Phanium did get knocked down, went against Speedster, I like Hitman, Hans McGee, Ducker, Kenny Zed, T-Nort, Buff Guy, and that brought him here, so fair play getting this far. That's crazy.
That kind of is crazy. I mean, Ducker is, well, I'm pretty sure it's already been said, but this is the first Roulette Rivals console final since RR1 that doesn't actually involve Yanini or Ducker. So we're guaranteed a new champion. That in itself is something to be quite happy about. No offense to Ducker or Yanini, but you know, come on, fresh blood, lads, fresh blood. You like to see it, but yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, so and again, Jokerj gets a chance to pull off a Blythe or a Danny Buter, being a roulette rookie and coming through and winning on his first try. That would be something to see.
Yeah, definitely. Both of these players deserve it so much, and I honestly don't know who to back, because they're both just so good. Phanium, like I said, he went through so much to get here. Of course, Jokerj did too. He's been playing flawlessly, and yeah, they both deserve it. So I hope we at least see a really close game. Maybe even a 7th map. 8th map would be amazing, of course.
Again, I'm pretty sure Punk mentioned it earlier on that he 9 maps on the bounce that he'd won before the one he actually lost there. So you know, that in itself is a pretty good run. You know, let alone the fact winning the matches, but maps itself. I mean, yeah, it's not just the case that he's won this game, won those maps, actually banged on through them. You love to see it. You do love to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
But that being said, come on then, interesting Berlin kills. You and I do not have access to the spin until it actually gets revealed to the general public. What do you want to see?
Yeah, it's tough to say because, yeah, even the tough kill conditions, if you know the right target, it's really difficult to make them hard. If you can get someone who's very isolated, like get someone on the roof, I think Green is his name. He's good for a lot of kills. But yeah, you need a lot of tough ones. I guess it's just to disguise this, like I said, Florida Man. If they don't get him straight away, his disguise could be a tough one to find later on. It could cost him the game. Yeah, we never know.
He can wreck you on the stairs, no doubt. There's also, well, you think loud kills. Lowenthal's always good for a loud kill because you can get him in that bathroom. You got the 2 doors. That's a good one. Even down in the Rolf's basement there, you got a double door. Nice, easy, loud kill opportunity there. Even Thames, he's well out the way. You can snipe him from a distance if you want with a loud pistol. They're not going to go near the target, but they'll go near you. So you can take that kill from either out by the back by the delivery scooter, or up on the walkway there, and be gone by the time people get to you, and they're not going to be at that body. So yeah, the loud kills, there's opportunities. There's plenty of opportunities. Of course, you do have that waterway by the side as well. If you need to get rid of a body, like I don't know, say a Davenport or a Swan. No, not Swan. Not Davenport, but Swan. Swan's available there, no doubt. But Rusty Iron there making the point. Suit, Florida Man, Rolf, Delivery Guy, and DJ. Ooh, yeah, that could be spice. Well, Spin is going to be here any second now. I'm still waiting for Phanium to come online. Are we going to get the dude? Is he back for you?
I think he is back on the main.
He's back. Cool. Okay then. What we have Fall as Delivery Guy. We have Consumed Poison as DJ. Injected Poison as Club Security. And Kitchen Knife as Rolf Hirschmuller. And Drowning as the dealer. Well, no suit.
Yeah. which is a big difference. It was very close to that disguises that we saw Fee saying there. Just two
Not
of them not
far
being
off.
the same. Yeah, only two of them. Club Security and Dealer. Just swapped those out for Florida Man and what one was it? Suit, and it would have been pretty close. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been far off. Well, look at this Phanium straight in. He started as the club crew, and he is straight away poisoning Davenport's drink. So he just needs to get himself a DJ very, very quickly. And of course, taking the route down the stairs and climbing out that container, you go all the way down, but he does need to get there fast. And you'll see it, bit of a stair slide, and Jokerj with some big whoosh. Joker, however, starting as the starting as a biker in the biker hangout, getting himself a delivery guy quite easy. Does have camera trouble, but that's not going to be a problem. And grabbing himself Thames very quickly as well. Joker trying to multitask here. Gets the delivery guy knocked out. And Thames didn't come for him. Thames totally left him alone. And Phanium trying to get this DJ as quick as he can. He needs to be in that disguise by the time that Davenport drinks. Oh, that might be something for the mods there. I think he got changed just in time, but the picture-in-picture had started. But
Target Eliminated came up after he had disguise on, so I'm not sure, but I think that's okay.
Oh, that was tight. Well, I'm sure the mods will tell us anytime now. But my God, and he's ripped anyway, so that's a moot point.
Ooh.
Oof. So we got a rip from Phanium, but yes, he needs to get that DJ quicker if he can, just in case. Joker, meanwhile, is up on the top ridge here. He's got Agent Green on a hook, and he's struggling with him. No, he's walked off. Maybe he can get him this time. He's going to go for a side KO on the guard next to Agent Green. He does. He knocks him out. He's got his club security. Around the corner. I don't think he's got a needle, which tells me he's going to grab that from Banner.
Yeah, it looks like he was scared that the body would have been found. I thought he was going for injected poison, which I still think he might be.
I thought he was as well, but he's luring Banner up, so Banner's going to come upstairs. So he's going to knock Banner out, take that needle off him. Does he want Green for the injected?
Now press the advantage while you still can.
So yeah, it looks
like he might want Banner fall.
Yeah, check Green, yeah.
Okay, so Phanium looks to have gotten the kill this time. He did get that DJ disguise a bit quicker, I think. Let's have a look. It's come up for Phanium there. You can see the blue triangle against Agent number 2. He now has Rolf Hirschmuller. Jokerj, meanwhile, knocking out Agent Banner. Grabbing that needle. He can go up and poke Green with it, which makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense, bringing the syringe up to him, so that's why he was waiting. Because this fall is pretty much free now for this guard. And yeah, that's very nice from Joker. Good knowledge of what targets have what.
Of course, the fall is the delivery guy. The delivery guy he has with him right there. Look at this. Here we go. That's going to be 2 very quick kills. Joker with the pokey poo. Quick change back in the delivery guy, and he's just going to dump Agent Banner over the side. Phanium, meanwhile, down in Rolf's room, knocking out the bikers in there. He's got an unconscious witness, but I'm choosing to assume that's a target.
Yeah, I think I just missed the whoosh. I thought the whoosh was causing that, but looks like he's all right. He's continuing on.
Yeah, he'll know that's he'll know that's not going to be a problem for him. Otherwise, he'd have restarted. Joker playing fast and loose with these cameras. I like to get the camera out of the way as soon as I can because they just bug me.
It looks like Joker might be going for consumed next.
Phanium's just picked up the kitchen knife from the dartboard, and Joker's ripped, running through
Oh,
the party, the outside bit there. Oh, so that's an horrible rip from Joker. He was doing well. He had a couple of kills in, bit of a setup going. So he's going for a replan. And what is he replanning with? Phanium, meanwhile, Rolf disguise making his way all the way back down to the bottom. Looks like he's going to take out Montgomery. Readjusts his aim there. Montgomery is done. And again, leaving two bodies out on those stairs leaves himself open to some Florida man shenanigans. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen for him.
and yeah, for Joker, looked like he brought a Seeker and Lethal Pills this time. I'm not sure if he just swapped any of those two, but yeah, he definitely added something new.
Of course, lethal pills you can pick up from Agent Rhodes, who is by the marijuana farm. As we always like to say, missed the trick, called the dude by the marijuana farm. They didn't call him Agent Green. They called the guy upstairs Agent Green. I don't know why. That's what they did. Okay, Phanium getting himself a drug deal. Oh, the drug dealer's going to a different bathroom. This is a problem. Now, it looks like he must have used an emetic tool.
I think we saw this exact scenario with in a game recently. I think it was with Froat's game, and Froat actually dealt with it perfectly because there's no enforcers as long as you time it right.
There it is. Yeah, Phanium gets away with that
perfectly. How you're supposed to play it, and he's fine in there. No one should go in there as long as you don't.
No one should go in there. No, that should be absolutely fine. But God damn it, I wouldn't want him to. I would be annoyed if I saw him in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be very, very annoyed if I saw him go into the very busy place.
But yeah, the improv was nice. A lot of players would be very worried there and like pause and think for a moment. But
I'd have been one of them. But Joker back upstairs to the top. He did get a bit of struggle trying to get his man there, but has him lured around the side. Banner is now on the hook, on his way up.
And yeah, looking pretty good for Phanium because of that rip for Joker. He's playing it very well right now, to be honest.
Yeah, Phanium just needs drowning as dealer, injected poison as club security, and fall as delivery guy. So he's looking good. He's got 2 kills down. Nearly 6 minutes in. Joker waiting for Banner to come up so he can knock him out. Get them 2 kills again. And go about his day. And he's really...
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, of course, Banner does only have a silenced weapon, so should have been okay there anyway.
True, yeah.
However, it's the last thing you want. Anybody shooting at you. Okay, Phanium has the 4 kill as delivery guy. 3 kills in. And he's looking to get Banner upstairs as well. Get himself that needle.
And yeah, we see the body is spotted by Green here, but doesn't matter. Joker gets that nice poison kill.
Beautiful.
Again,
job
he
done
has
there.
Delivery man fall as well. It's a very nice setup, to be fair. Very effective.
It is nice, but he is behind at the minute. So Phanium with a bit of a lead here, I would say. But by some margin. In fact, that's a lot of setup gone on.
True, yeah.
Plus he has someone there to kill.
Yeah,
Not someone he can drown though. He does need to get the drowning at some point.
Exactly, yeah, I was just thinking it. And he did deal with consumed poison as well, so he doesn't have that window of time he has to look for. Because Joker,
of course, you do have an easy kill, an easy drowning kill with Lowenthal. You've got rat poison, you've got the delivery guy, scooter key, and everything else. And what we've also got is Phanium, his Wi-Fi going down yet a bloody again. Yeah, please be back up. He's back up for me. Good. But it does keep dropping out. That is a concern.
Yeah, 1 kill left for Phanium now. It's going to be pretty quick. Just drowning, I think, is it? As the dealer?
It is just drowning. And look, he's even got a Seeker in his hand there.
Very nice.
So, yeah, no point messing around with ringing the bell. I think he's got him. Yes, you can see that hollow circle above Lowenthal's head. He's just got to wait. Is he just going back to make sure he's got the key? No, he's got the dealer disguise. He already has the key. He's already picked that up. Now, Jokerj has Seekered the dealer. The dealer's going to go where we normally expect him to go. But it's looking really good for Phanium to take Berlin here.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be kind of tough for him to rip.
I struggled. Oh, body found, but it's okay.
Always scary.
Whoa, it's always a worry. You see a body found, but you look down, the guns are still green, so Phanium is absolutely fine. That was a club crew that was found, which would have been Thames.
And yeah, it doesn't even need to change disguise. That's very nice from Phanium.
Boom, done from Phanium there. Very nicely done.
And yeah,
so that is it on Berlin, or bar the shouting, just waiting for the admin confirmation.
And yeah, what a way to hand it back over to the front and GK, straight back to 4-4 like nothing's even
4 apiece. Throat, GK Punk, lads, are you ready for Miami and Santa Fortuna?
As ready as I'll ever be. What an amazing final.
Oh my god.
And just a copy of the PC final we had earlier, 4 maps done, and completely equal score here, which is absolutely amazing. This is what we love to see.
You love to see it.
Yeah, equal score, equal in terms of players winning their picks. So who's gonna break away? That's again at that crucial point of 4-4.
Exactly.
It's going to be something, boys, and well, Observer and I are going to wish you well for these next 2 maps, and I wouldn't be surprised to see me and Observer back for the last 2. You know what I mean?
Well, of course, we'll see you back regardless, either for more maps being played or for the post-match interview. So stay tuned, guys, and yeah, Punk and Mia will take over. See you guys very soon.
Oh, just give us a ring. We'll be back in a bit.
Yep. What a match, Punk. Just like the PC.
Yeah, just like the PC. And will it change, or will one of them will just break away and just not let the other opponent take any more points?
Yeah,
8-4 still in the docket.
Exactly. I mean, just like the PC final, Punk. For the first time, it's gonna be a player being at match point. So taking the lead here is more important than ever, I would say. And the momentum is with Phanium, of course, at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, it's back and forth so far. And the way PC was we had Pidgey winning his map pick. And it's kind of similar here where you have like not smaller maps, but Joker's been playing and picking the medium maps. And we see Phanium picking the bigger ones like Haven, Berlin, and then Santa Fortuna next. Yeah. So there's still a chance Joker takes this. It's Santa Fortuna will be probably more important here, even though this will put it match point. It's like that Santa Fortuna used to be the longest decider. It's a endurance map, and it's at that point at 6-4, it's an endurance matchup.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Yeah, these next 2 maps, the pressure will be at its highest for both players. But yeah, what a performance also thus far from both players. Barely any rips, top level RR play. It's just amazing to see. I hope the viewers are enjoying this as much as we are as well. And yeah, like you said, Punk, now Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. Just top tier, and again, you can't afford to make a mistake. You don't get a second shot. The second run usually, unless the person follows up with another restart, the second restart, it's highly unlikely you'll get a run out of that.
Yeah, exactly. And Miami, again, is one of those maps that can go from super straightforward to quite intricate, exactly, depending on the kill methods.
Yeah, it's the decision making. It's the specific types of kills, who you go for first. If it's like street musician or just loud kills, wall kills.
Yeah,
Consume poison and Sierra could be interesting. That's or the falling object.
I've never seen that before. It's a bullshit spin.
Well, if you haven't seen it in the grand finals, that I would say is definitely on you as the players.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely,
But yeah, like
something to
you
keep
like
in
you
mind.
mentioned, consume poison could trip players up. Falling object, even a fall kill for Sierra. We've seen in the past players struggle with that as well. And yeah, Miami, the map with the most amount of disguises as well, 30 including the suit. So it does require a lot of map knowledge. And then there are some tricky ones as well. You mentioned the street performer. We also got like the chic, which can be tricky to obtain. And a bunch of others, like mixing up the drivers, which one is there. So yeah, this map has a lot to it, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the oldest record that still stands is this one, the 523 by Yanini from 5 tournaments ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you really need a sniper kill on Sierra to
Yeah, that was
be able
indeed
to
the
beat
sniper
that.
one. So I think you need another stars aligned spin sniper.
Yeah.
Uh,
And look at this puck, as if we jinxed it. We got
Well,
both.
We don't know.
It's unbelievable. Believe us, chat. We have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sierra Knox, fall kill as the, how do you even pronounce this? Sotterraneo? Sotterraneo?
It's close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, Sotterraneo mechanic. And Robert Knox consume poison as Moses Lee. So also Moses Lee in the mix there. So this is timing combined with the tricky Sierra kill. This should be fun. And Phanium is in already.
This is so we didn't mention consumed poison for Robert Knox, but we did see and casted this the other day. Really, I think it was Joker. Was it Joker? No, whoever it was really well optimized. It was T-Nort, I think, that you just set up the poison and then go to the other side.
Yeah.
And if you know the timing, that can be one of those things where you don't have to start here, go to the other side, get the disguise, and come back. So we'll have to see how they do. Jokerj started in the race side, Phanium starting in the base side.
Yeah, so that's an interesting distinction already, an interesting change here. And yeah, with the consume poison for Robert, we could potentially see both players just waiting at the exit here. And we do see an early rip for Joker, trying to go for what seemed a sugar there. He was at least close to a sugar and a smuggle point and a waiter. He did get spotted, so he's a minute behind here now.
Yeah, and look, it looks like Phanium is well, restart for him too. Side KO on the sitting guard outside of the security room.
You gotta love the head turns here. So yeah, both players onto a somewhat rocky start. Both restart.
Joker, same way.
And just as I'm saying it, Joker rips again. So yeah, rocky start here for both players.
Both players know they have to go fast. That's what they're doing now. With this skin, we have not seen their strats, but if Phanium does set that semi-remote kill on Robert and then doesn't ever have to come back to the base side again, that could mean he just pulls away and gets 2 kills very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, this is actually a really interesting spin to tie everything together. Also with Moses Lee in the mix there as well.
Yeah, Moses Lee being the unique disguise. Unique NPC, and you would have to probably a good idea to have Sierra lose the race, and then you have a little extra time to get him in the garage.
It's also interesting that Joker is going into Moses Lee garage and sabotages his car.
Oh, he's making Moses Lee lose the race.
Yeah, we don't see that too often with the sugar strat. Mostly all people go for the Sierra one, so this is a cool little change. Phanium does get a knockout here.
This is... Oh! He wasn't far away enough. Get spotted by an enforcer. Another restart for Jokerj.
Yeah, and he can't afford many more of these, I'm afraid, against a player like Phanium.
Yeah, slowly... Oh, stream just jump skipped like 30 seconds, but
Yeah.
Phanium is setting up the eye drops now. Just managed to poison it.
Yeah, so that is all set up, and he will roughly, Robert will roughly die in 5 minutes from now, in-game time on Phanium screen, give or take some seconds.
Yeah, definitely plenty of time to go get the Moses Lee disguise. This is very interesting to use the sugar on Moses Lee to have Sierra win, which means she will not go to the paddock for the fall kill. Not really sure where else he's planning to do the fall kill here.
Yeah, exactly. Will be very interesting. And another restart for Joker here. He felt the whoosh coming up. Oh, and
he ran the wrong way. In the cutscene, he's running the other way to avoid that guy when the cutscene ends. He does a quick movement where he's moving away in the cutscene. Really nice trick, but unfortunately, every time the cutscene ends, he runs straight towards the enforcer.
Yeah, exactly. It's from something what could potentially save him a couple of seconds, and some tricky scenarios actually running into it because of it. And yeah, it looks like Phanium is getting ready for the Sierra fall kill on the paddock there, which is we've seen countless rips here in past tournaments, haven't we, Punk? It's
oh yeah,
the scary area.
All those security guards on the other side with the spills and all the cars by the medic, they can see further than you would think they should be able to.
Yeah, exactly, and they can even spot Sierra's body falling midway into the air, and until she dropped on the floor, it can be a body found. So yeah, not a huge fan of this area right here. And meanwhile, Joker did get past his nemesis here on this map so far.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be... No way, he orders Moses Lee to go for it.
And he is going for it indeed, so that's a very nice disguise grab already from Joker.
Yeah, well done here. Should be able to safely get this one, and he might even have time to do a peekaboo on Sierra, but again the question is, where is he gonna drop her?
Yeah, exactly. And Phanium is just done clearing out that paddock of bodyguards. He is on a timer here with the consumed poison kill. He does. He still needs to end the race and obtain the disguise from Moses Lee, all within well, roughly 2 minutes from now. Definitely doable, but could be tight.
Yeah, he should be. The timing could be tight. Good thing he doesn't have to peekaboo Sierra here, so yeah, he can rush straight for Moses right after this. And luckily, no enforcers in the Kronstadt garage, so you can run in any direction you want.
Yeah, exactly. And we see the lovely little cutscene that we've seen a lot. And there's, whoa, there was a big whoosh on Joker's side. Not trespassing, just one of those random security enforcers that we all love so much on this map. He will be trespassing now, however, also making his way towards the paddock. He's basically going to do the same thing as Phanium here, going to clear out this room. Biggest difference is that he did it after ending the race, whereas Phanium did more setup. And yeah, Phanium is in a race against the clock now, Punk. He needs to get Moses Lee pretty soon. Yeah. He should have enough time, but whew, peekaboo needs to work.
Moses finally spawning in. So a long peekaboo. Hiding in a kind of a risky corner, hoping... Oh, Moses is actually going through the other side because AI pathing.
Yeah, that's a very nice peekaboo there by Phanium though, and he
Really
will be
well
well in time.
executed. Yeah, good optimization again, using the Robert poison kill as a remote kill.
Yeah. And yeah, now the mechanics, they are way easier to get than the drivers, of course. Especially the Aeon mechanic, which is just by himself. Guess the Sotraneo mechanic is one of the trickier ones.
Yeah, definitely one of the harder ones to distract. Oh, missed shot on the mechanic. It did get the kill on Robert, so no longer needs to wear the Moses lead disguise anymore.
Yeah, and does decide to
Yeah.
just go for another distraction, but he threw it just a tiny bit too early. Now decides to go for half a peekaboo. That didn't grab him either. And that was
Yeah.
still nothing here.
Yeah, full peekaboo while distracted, so results in nothing.
Yeah,
And Joker making Sierra win. Again, like I said, where is the fall kill going to happen? Oh no, Phanium.
And that's a restart for Phanium there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable after so much setup. After the Robert kill, the perfect timing with Moses Lee. And he just ripped right there. That's what was that? 7.5 minutes in, close to 8.
Yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. So yeah, lead
Joker
for.
tried.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a lead for Joker, but he's missed the distraction on Sierra. Trying again. Hopefully she isn't. Oh, yeah, she's not going for that. That was his fall kill. And more NPCs are closer to her, so that's like more chance of getting VIP'd. I think tossing a million times is gonna solve the problem here. She sends the head mechanic.
And now Joker is in a tricky spot, because do you want to restart here, or do you want to improv the skill? Like, he could potentially get a fall kill here, of course, but he will be trespassing here, and without the snail, that looks kind of impossible to infiltrate there.
Yeah, this is an army here.
So yeah, and we can see Joker pausing now. He's thinking about it, like, can I save that? And looks like he's opting to just replan and restart here. He doesn't see any scenario where he can still save this. I'm not even sure where Sierra would go, like, after lifting the trophy, Punk. Do you know?
I think she heads to probably towards the driver's lounge. Yeah, but I don't think any roulette players ever bothered letting her go for that far.
No, exactly. We've seen players going for the consume poison for Sierra there, but where does she go after that? I have really no idea.
Yeah, I imagine at some point she heads back to the paddock. The question is, like, you want to wait for her for that long, considering you still have a long kill of Robert, because unlike Phanium, he's not setting up the Robert kill.
Yeah. So, and another rip for Joker here. And yeah, that completely turned around again. Phanium has the lead again, 2.5 minutes in.
Oh, well, gunshot heard by the other mechanic as he tries to turn the one at the far end of the garage.
Yeah,
Gets spotted trespassing.
I did like Phanium's thinking there, Punk. He tried to get that mechanic out of the way straight away, because that was the most risky part of his whole strat. So doing that 2 minutes in is a wise choice. I mean, he did rip, of course, but it's better to rip 2 minutes in than nearly 8 minutes in. So I do understand his thinking, and yeah, both players on equal footing, and the pressure and the exhaustion are starting to slowly kick in here for both players.
Yeah, this is another factor. Is like this is middle of the day for Phanium, but how tired is Joker going to be with especially Miami running longer than you would normally expect?
Yeah, exactly.
Going into Santa Fortuna after this, regardless of which way the map goes, or even a tide, it's just another endurance map. You can expect at the least of 10 minutes in that map for a perfect playthrough. So, yeah, hopefully Joker can stay strong mentally, because this is more and more restarts just hurts your mental more and more.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
quick ones.
I was just gonna say, Punk, like even like disregarding like the time of day, like just playing roulette in a tournament match with this amount of pressure is just mentally exhausting. And the longer it goes on, the harder it gets to just stay focused and not make mistakes. So it really is an endurance race, as the announcers on the map are
Yeah.
calling it out.
Yeah, it is. And like if you feel nervous, you get shakes, it can physically drain you too, where you start to like shake. You can maybe not pressing buttons as efficiently as you can. It can happen. So
Yeah,
big
exactly.
deal for both players. Phanium has been in the finals before, but wasn't able to win. First time in the tournament for Joker in the finals from the upper bracket. Really, really
Yeah,
doesn't have that endurance experience.
no, but on the other end, it feels like Joker has nothing to lose, right? In that regard, I'm sure he'll feel differently himself. But from us outsiders, it's like even if he would not win this, it's an amazing tournament for him, regardless. Whereas Phanium is, hey, I've been to the final, I didn't make it, now I made it to the final again. I need to win this, like so. In that regard, I feel like Phanium is even experiencing more pressure. But I'm sure the players themselves, it's completely equal for them in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be hard to actually judge who is more tense, but Phanium gets that mechanic, doesn't overcomplicate the whole process, straight up tranks the front guy and takes his disguise.
Yeah, exactly. Very slick disguise grab here, and it was the most tricky point for him. We haven't seen either player actually attempt the Sierra fall kill, just done a lot of setup.
Yeah, and I'm not really even sure if Joker actually has a specific, but he changed his plan though. He's making Sierra lose the race. So it's looking at the stairs possibly for a fall kill. Gonna have to worry about the journalists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just really a tricky kill.
If you take out that roaming guard and the journalist, it's a fairly safe kill if you want to drag her up the stairs. But again, whether the players know how to manage that, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Another change in plan. Joker going for a snail on Moses. Not sure. I don't think that's gonna catch everybody.
No, two are still standing, so he has to waste one calmer shot here. Luckily, Moses Lee is not a target, so even if they spot his snail body, he's still green gun. So that's a very nice grab there.
Yeah, definitely. That was a cool grab. So with an extra dart in hand, he has some options.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, meanwhile, Phanium is in Sierra's garage, is about to initiate the sugar strat here. Gonna sabotage the car. And yeah, even more setup done for Phanium this time around.
Yeah, it's just more and more optimization and efficiency in runs.
Yeah, exactly. And Joker is admiring himself in the mirror. It's
Yeah, I mean, I don't have his microphone on, he could be cursing at the mirror mechanics too. So it's been the bane of players' existence since it was introduced.
Yeah.
Nice use of the music entertainment system there to distract Sierra.
Yeah, and he has Sierra knocked out now in place of
Which
the
side
paddock.
is he going to use?
Well, he
Both
still
sides are equally risky.
Exactly. I mean, that's a worry for later, right, Punk? He still needs to obtain the disguise first, which can be tricky, as we've seen on Phanium's side. And yeah, Phanium needs to get this peekaboo on Moses Lee here. He should still be on time for the consume poison kill on Robert.
Yeah, I think his timing similar to the last time. So as soon as he gets the disguise, should have 10 to 20 seconds of buffer time. Nice little quick throw, and disguise is his.
Very nice. Yeah, as long as he just gets the peekaboo first try without any shenanigans, he should be more than fine. And the big difference here is that he, of course, already has the mechanic disguise at his disposal. And now making his way to Sierra here.
Yeah, this is looking good here for Phanium, knocking out the waiter with the trank too. Joker manages to get the disguise. He even moves the tranked body out of the way. He doesn't want that roaming mechanic to see any bodies and investigate.
Yeah, and look at his timing for Phanium. Robert just died, and Sierra is just arriving. So this is actually perfect.
Yeah, this is the well-optimized poison run, and it's just infinitely better from his first attempt because he has access to Sierra right away.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, attempt for Jokerj for a fall kill. He's dragging her towards the stairs. Yes.
Well, there's no prompt button there.
There is no dump prompt. Yeah, you can do it by the railing, looking to outside, or the one that's by the stairs. Both have guards that can spot you. There's the guard and instinct.
Yeah, this is always
Oh,
scary.
and there is the race marshal.
Yeah. He is taking care of this guard. Still needs to distract that other race marshal there, though, which might be the harder of the two.
Phanium going for a couple of bullet distractions. Gonna use the other dump prompt.
Nice awareness there, though. And does he pull it off? Both players pull it off, but the big difference is
Phanium is done.
Phanium is done, and for the first time this match, it does look like he takes the lead on the most. It's just mirrored like the PC final.
Yeah, it exactly is. This is like, is Phanium gonna win his map pick next and then call it a day? It's 6-4 match point going into Santa Fortuna.
And that's insane. What a comeback. What an insane comeback here. And yeah, this Miami spin gave these players a lot of trouble, understandably, but they do, or at least Phanium does manage to finish it in the end after half of the time, roughly, was up. And he does take the lead here.
Yeah, this is massive, taking 2 in a row and also going into match point and then going into your pick to potentially take the title.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Keeping the momentum going.
And yeah, big pressure for Joker now. He now lost 2 maps in a row? So yeah, the momentum is definitely with Phanium here. It's just like a complete copy of the PC finals, score-wise. And now Santa Fortuna, which is compared to the PC final, which was Dartmoor, which still had a lot of crazy moments in of itself on the PC final. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, the big 5 that some people talk about we saw Haven, we see Santa Fortuna, and again in this whole tournament run, Jokerj has avoided that. So he hasn't played Santa Fortuna. Grand Finals is his testing ground on match point. This is he can't lose this one. He did lose Haven, but he can't lose this one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Santa Fortuna. It's still ranking as one of the trickiest maps for RR. I mean, there's just so much that can go wrong on this map. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, it's just at 0-0. It's a tense map. So going into it on match point, I would imagine Phanium looked at Joker's RR stats as well and saw that he has not played this, so experience might come into play here. Phanium's 2-2 in terms of wins and losses. Did tie once.
Yeah. I mean, the lack of experience on Joker's side hasn't been saying much thus far this tournament, of course. So, but yeah, the pressure is on him.
That is the case, but I worry because we saw the same thing for Haven. He had a 0-0 there, and so I don't know, kind of favoring Phanium. He's also got that 2-map momentum. I don't know if he thinks about it, like that 9-map streak was broken, and then now it's going back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mentioned this at the PC final as well, Punk, talking about Pijero back then, who was in the same situation as Phanium is now. Like, now you are so close to the title. And that brings another form of pressure for Phanium here. Like, the pressure for Joker is he needs to win or else it's over. And the pressure for Phanium is like, he's so close. It's within reach. It's right there. Just one more map. So this is interesting.
This is your pick too, and like you don't want to have Joker win go into his pick too. So definitely the momentum, everything is in his side. This is the time to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, a big good luck to both players on potentially the last map of the console grand final between Joker and Phanium. If not, we still have another map coming after this. And we'll see what it will be. And just a quick look, Punk. The next map would be Dubai.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's
another speedrun map.
Yeah, the speedrun map, and in this lineup, the quickest map. So
yeah,
it would be a good position for Joker to be in with a tie 6-6 and try to get his win. But again, he has to win this to get there. Phanium just needs to win.
I mean, we could technically see a score of 7-5, and we still would move on as well, of course.
True. I'm just having the higher expectations of no ties unless,
I mean, photo finish draw. Exactly. But yeah, the spin is arriving in a couple of seconds. Punk, would you do the honors?
Yeah, would love to. Just 1 second. Here we have Rico Delgado with a pistol. Not Loud this time as the submarine engineer. Machete as the Manson staff for Jorge Franco, and Barbara Razor as the Hippo Whisperer for Andrea Martinez.
That's a forgiving spin after that Miami, I would say.
Yeah, very like almost like a no loadout in terms of kill methods. You can get the pistol from the map to a silenced one at that. And Barbara Razor, unique item, not at the barber shop.
Yeah. And we do see two different starts and strats. One goes with the submarine lore, and the other one goes with the garage isolation for Rico.
Yeah, very interesting. Both very effective. Both for Rico as well. So, depending on how the players route to Rico back, that could be the tipping point. And submarine engineer always like. You get a little bit of advantage for putting him in the garage because you can take the secret tunnel.
Yeah. And yeah, Phanium very smooth here with the Rico isolation. Gets rid of the guard as well, so Rico will be safe here. Joker with the submarine sabotage and just the remote. I'm assuming he left a remote or a proxy concussion device there for Rico, so that's taken care of as well. Big difference is that Phanium already has the mansion staff disguise nearby, which is one of the required disguises for one of the targets, whereas the submarine crew is not. So that is one big difference. Other than that, I don't think there's much difference in the strats. They're not really outdoing each other so far.
Yeah, it's just there isn't really much of a difference. Phanium does pick up one of those silenced pistols from the secret gun case.
Yeah, and both players are rushing Andrea now, trying to get her first cycle. They both should be well on time to catch her in the conference room. Joker slightly ahead with well, I say that, but it's actually, I mean, like purely judging on the in-game time, he's there quicker at Andrea, but no, he's just actually there quicker. But yeah, both should make it. I think you mentioned this in the previous stream as well, Punky. 2:30 is like the limit to get Andrea there in that conference room.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice to do it though, because you don't have neither the kill item or the disguise, so it's just another back and forth. But maybe it's that much of an insurance not to just gamble on her timing at the later part of your run.
Yeah, and I guess both players are also thinking like, I need to get the submarine engineer anyway, so might as well combine that already. And now this can always be a tricky grab. Joker just doesn't care and just runs straight in. Very brave.
Yeah, Phanium did a bullet distraction for the guard, but gets it just as easily, and also out of the house.
Yeah, so despite the different starting locations, we pretty much have mirror gameplay here. Both have Rico isolated, both have the submarine engineer. Now, the big difference is what I like about the Phanium strat here is like his access to Rico should be easier if he opted for the secret tunnel, which has no enforcers for the submarine engineer, but he does seem to be looking for the looking to go towards the main entrance. So scratch what I said there. Just ignore me.
That's an interesting decision there. Joker going through the construction site, picking up his stash. Yeah, he's probably gonna go through the back because he's left him close to the submarine area.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, then again, also the difference is Phanium has the disguise waiting of the mansion staff. Does get some big whooshes here, trying to cross the courtyard, but should be fine.
Yeah, that's expertly done. That's one of the best traversal in that area I've seen so far. Bosses a breaching charge away. Also, yeah, possibly didn't want anybody hearing that gunshot.
Yeah, and that's funny. Kind of simultaneously, both players get the kill on Rico here. So that's very cool. And now the difference is Phanium went back to the mansion staff disguise straight away, whereas Joker is focusing on the Hippo Whisperer disguise. So it's still so equal for both players here.
Bit of a tricky situation there. He wanted to hide those bodies, but the guard was coming in with the breaching charge, so they had to body shot and slow him down.
Yeah, did manage to salvage it though.
It's gonna be nerve-wracking. Red guns will persist until you kill Andrea, which will likely be the last kill.
Yeah, exactly. And now, yeah, Joker needs to get the mansion staff disguise after having obtained the Hippo Whisperer. So this does look like Phanium does have a slight lead here.
Yeah, definitely, and a great timing on Jorge. Gets a straight Seeker shot on him. Now, got a briefcase in hand. Should be able to grab the machete from one of the trees here.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even have to conceal it since it's a kill for Jorge here. But just in case, you can fit it in a briefcase, should you ever need it for Andrea. Somehow. Somehow it fits.
Yeah, the broadsword fits, but the some of the axes don't.
Yeah.
And there's the kill, really, really fast. Don't even let the guards come in; they're gonna go away.
Yeah, exactly. And that's less than 6.5 minutes in-game time, and 2 targets down for Phanium. Andrea isolated. He just needs the Barber Razor and the Hippo Whisperer disguise for the RR8 title here, Punk.
Yeah, just 1 kill away from that elusive title. He's had a chance at this at RR4, was unable to do it. Just 1 kill. That's all it is.
Yeah, and on the other side, we do have Jokerj still in the running, of course. Did obtain the Mansion Staff disguise, but is definitely a couple of minutes behind Phanium here. Phanium just has the more optimized threat so far.
Yeah, definitely. He's nowhere near Jorge, where at this point, Phanium even had the Jorge kill done about 30 seconds ago. Good use of the trespassing permissions with the mansion staff, using that to go into Hector's bathroom and grabbing that barber razor.
Yeah, and now he just needs the Hippo Whisperer disguise and a long jog to Andrea, who's already isolated in the conference room. So and he took care of that camera there as well. So no danger there. So this is, I don't want to jinx it, but this looks like a win for Phanium.
Even has
here.
a calmer. Yeah, definitely. He even has a calmer for the Hippo Whisperer, so it shouldn't be a problem. Guard is not looking. He opts to go for the trank on the guard. Takes it at the last possible moment. Oh, he has another shot.
Yeah, and does
Last
have
piece of the puzzle.
He does have the disguise here, and now it's just one long jog to Andrea. He shouldn't have any dangerous enforcers anymore or any dangerous cameras. This is I can't see this go wrong anymore, Punk. Unfortunately for Jokerj.
No, definitely not. This is one of the safer disguises because you don't really have that many enforcers, and as you're moving farther and further away from the mansion area, it just gets safer.
Yeah, he's about a minute away from exiting here.
Each step is a step closer to the title for Phanium, and Jokerj still at 1 kill, about 20 seconds in-game time behind.
Yeah.
Still gathering some stuff, and again, he has to then Seeker Jorge, get that machete kill, and then get the Whisperer back to Andrea. It's definitely not something you can do within 47 seconds, and you want to be at the front end of that 47 seconds, being the first person to press done.
Yeah, he's way behind at the moment. And now the big question is, will Phanium sit on the bench?
Oh, well, he misses the toss on her, so close enough. That's the green guns back.
Yeah, and this is it. This is it for Phanium. No more enforcers. And that is the first title for Phanium here.
All the way to the title.
Unbelievable.
What a run down the lower bracket, taking out some of the other finalists.
Absolutely insane.
Absolute.
And he's gonna sit down for
He's going to sit on the bench.
He does it.
He will do it. That just...
Oh my. And there we have it.
Yeah, sit on the bench, sit on the throne. That's the RR8 console champion. First one. That's not Ducker since RR3. It was a Yanini who won that one.
Yeah, exactly.
And exact same replica of the way the map went for PC finals.
Yeah, crazy, right? Absolutely crazy.
Someone definitely wrote a script for today.
Franco confirmed down. Nice work, 37.
Yeah, and that is it. That's the title for Phanium. I'm messaging him right now to see if he's up for an interview. I'd also like to welcome back Gordy and the Observer if they're here.
Well, that was a final.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Holy
Okay, ladies and
Whoa.
gentlemen, before we share our thoughts here, it does seem like Phanium is up for an interview. I don't think he has shoutcaster privilege, so if someone could move into the shoutcaster channel, I'm a big
Yeah, you
Discord
can't
noob.
trust him with shoutcaster privileges. You just can't do that. But, you know, we'll allow him in.
Exactly.
What a match.
Yeah, what an absolute insane match. Welcome back, Gordy and Observer. Yeah, what did we just witness here? What a comeback. Absolutely insane.
That's exactly what we did witness, was a comeback. That Miami spin was horrific. And speaking as a fan of horrific Miami spins, that was top tier gore. It's the only one who can put that. That was a hard spin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like GK Punk said, what are the chances I think the scores was almost identical to PC, which is crazy.
It's not only identical, but the way the map picks up until 4-4, they win their map picks, and then one person just walks away with it.
Yeah, crazy. So deserved though for Phanium. He did play out of his mind, to be fair to him. Unfortunate for Joker, but still, as a rookie, that's insane. Similar to the PC bracket, it's so good to see players that are new come into the final and nearly take the whole thing. It's crazy.
This entire tourney, we've had some new talent come in and just show that, yeah, roulette experience matters for quite a bit. However, beware these boys in black trainers. You know what I mean? They clearly know the game, and it doesn't take long for them to catch up, and they're nipping at everybody's heels. Yeah, well, prime example, Jokerj, Moo in the PC bracket. It's been good to watch, man. Been really good to watch. And I did notice Mr. Mike in the chat saying there, horrific spin, you say? Music to my ears.
Yeah, what did you think
Shocker.
of that Miami spin there, Gordy? I bet you've never seen that before either.
Well, for me, it was a bullshit spin.
Well, Gordy sometimes doesn't even see
we've,
the map because he goes into the escalation to play the
That's
map.
very true as well. That to be fair, it was 100% win rate for me up until the last time it didn't work. But consume poison. Of course, we've seen that with Bobo before, and yeah, it was the combination of the two with the disguises that made it. Because you got to remember, we're dealing with speedrunners. We're dealing with
Gordy,
speedrunners. They want to
Gordy.
go as fast as they can. So,
Gordy, I hate to interrupt you. You know I hate to do that to stop
No,
you
no,
your
interrupt.
lovely voice, but we got the console champion with us here. Phanium, hello.
Hello, how you guys doing?
How are you doing? Big congratulations, man. And first thoughts on this match and on your title, your first title.
Well, it feels good. I finally got over the hump. But that Miami was really tough on me. I don't know why I was struggling so much. But yeah, I felt like I played well. And then obviously Joker played me super well. So it was a great time.
You don't know why that Miami spin was so difficult? Oh, come on. You must have saw that and thought, "Oh, come on! What the hell?"
Leave it to Mr. Mike. What can I say?
To be fair, it was one of the trickier ones. But then again, it balanced each other out on Santa Fortuna, right? Which was pretty straightforward. But yeah, what a comeback, Phanium.
Yeah. Thank you. Honestly, I don't even know. It felt really good to come back, but I feel bad for Joker. We're pretty close, honestly, in the community. So it was good to beat him, but at the same time, it was bittersweet. So.
Yeah, but on the other side, you could say, like, for as a roulette rookie to make it this far and only lose into the finals is a big achievement nonetheless. I think he can look back and be very proud and come back stronger for the next one. Punk, Gordy, or Observer, do you have any questions for our champion, for our 8-8 champion?
I'll let the other boys take this because I talk too much. Go on.
Wow, I'm not even sure. You just played amazing. We're definitely going to see you back for the next one, I'm guessing, Phanium, are we? Still have that. Do you want to get those 2 in a row, I'm guessing?
Oh yeah, I want to get the 3 in the row. I'm going for RRWC3. So.
No doubt.
Yeah, well, it's just not much to say. It's not just roulette too. It's just what Hitman month, like a few months it has been for you in the last few months in the community. You've been playing all the tournaments and almost winning some of the tournaments, and now basically the prestigious one in in our Hitman community. So I guess it's the cherry on top. It's basically what I feel. I don't know if you feel the same way. It's a nice run that I've been following of yours between all of our Hitman servers.
Oh yeah, it feels good. I got out of the hump in roulette finally, which is nice. And then obviously all the Providence events was fun to win, especially bingo. So I feel like I've just been playing a lot more. I have more free time in the summer, so I get to practice more and then work on myself. So it's a good time.
Well, it almost seems like the only person that could actually beat you is Championeer at this point. So, GG's.
Also,
GG's,
Phanium.
man, a cracking tournament. Well done. I mean, you had an absolute murderer's row in the losers bracket to come through, and to come through in the final as well, and from behind. So yeah, GG's, man. Very well played.
Phanium, I do have to ask something. So you do claim that you had way more time this time around. So where are your Winner Club's brackets contracts?
I'm just have people make it. Don't ask me. So you got me, Joker, right? You got me.
I'm sorry, man. I just had to put that out on you. I know you can take it anyway. But we are expecting those very soon.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, no worries.
Now he's hastened. Now he's chasing.
But yeah, unbelievable tourney, Phanium. Several people have mentioned already. You survived the craziest road to the final thus far in the history of RRs. If you look at the players that you eliminated, did you realize that how hard your road was?
Oh, instantly once I lost to Crudy, I looked at the bracket and I was like, there's no way I'm getting out of round 2, honestly. So I'm glad to make it this far, and I somehow won. So.
Yeah, man, a murderer's row is the only way to describe that. A murderer's row.
Yeah, and absolutely well deserved. And again, big shout out to Joker as well. Like making it this far in his very first tourney is just it's just so insane. And we've seen this a couple of times already from our rookies. It just goes to show, just because someone is labeled as a roulette rookie, it doesn't mean anything, because Joker is absolutely amazing as well. So big GGs to him.
Yeah, we see it time and time again, and I'm sure we'll see them back as well. And they're gonna have that hunger now as well, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. Punk, Phanium, Gordy, Observer, any final words here? Any last questions for Phanium?
Oh, maybe ask the same. How are we gonna celebrate?
That's a good one.
I got this grad party I'm going to after this, so I'm probably just gonna have a few drinks and have a good time. So.
Perfect. That sounds great. As long as there's alcohol involved, it's a win, right?
Oh yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
sounds
congrats.
like a day with a Y in it.
Exactly. Congrats with your title again, Phanium, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the celebrations and the party. I do want to thank Punky, Gordy, and Observer very much for joining the cast here for the console final. You guys did great. It was a lot of fun.
Always an honor.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And I'm not done with thanking people yet because there's a whole list coming up as well. First up, Mr. Mike, not only for being the match admin of this match, but also for all the amazing works he does behind the scene for Hitmaps. Again, it's not nothing of this is possible without him. It's absolutely insane how user-friendly he made everything. So big shout out to that. Big shout out to Mullepride, aka Hans McGee, and Gunter for providing all the artwork for this tournament. It was an amazing job. I want to thank all the shoutcasters and all the roulette admins for all their work adminning and casting. Special shout out to Randy for updating the daily schedule for us admins, so we get a clear overview to see what has to be done every day. Shout out to Adoria for the tweeting. Shout out to all the admins, and last but not least, big shout out to all the participants and all the viewers. I hope you guys really enjoy this tournament yet again. Tournament or RR8 will be coming up in 3 months' time, and then we have the big one, of course, the daddy of all tournaments, the World Championship by the end of the year. Punk, Gordy, Observer, and Phanium is still here. Big thanks, yet again. If you guys have any final words, now is the time.
Well, what a great tournament again, and just to reiterate what you said there, Fruity. It doesn't happen on its own. There's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes, and I only get a peek behind the curtain, and you guys are behind the curtain, and it's an awesome job you do. Yeah, thanks, lads. I'm proud to be part of this, and it's such fun.
And yeah, I might just add as well, it's so amazing. As you know, I'm kind of new to this whole roulette and only came in this season, but it's so amazing to see rookies come in and do what they did. And I hope we see so many more people join for the next one, RR9, because anybody in chat who's thinking about playing, it goes to show what a bit of practice can do. And you can get to the final and actually give some of the best players a run for their money. So yeah, I really hope you see more people, and it's so good to see the community growing. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I can say the same thing. It's great to see. I've been here since the beginning, all the way from RR1, and it's still more exciting each tournament. So happy and really glad to be part of it as well. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, and I think that's an amazing note to close off the stream and close off the tournaments. Also, quick shout out to Currymaker and Infofun and Janini and the whole team over at RR Stats for providing all the stats that you see on every match. That helps us shoutcasters and viewers a lot as well to gain more insight in the players' performances so far, and the players themselves, of course, with the map picks. And yeah, also in that note, if you guys have seen some cool highlights either in these finals or previous matches, make sure to make a clip to them and send them over, because there will be another highlight video coming up for RR8. Don't forget about that. That should be awesome. And one final thing is, as always, post-tournament survey will go out in the upcoming days. Especially all the participants and viewers, make sure to fill this in. Your feedback is very valuable to us, and we always try to listen to the community and try to improve the tournament with each edition. So don't feel shy, fill in the survey that's coming. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope I thanked everyone here, guys, and I didn't leave anyone out. I would feel really bad.
I think you got most of them, but for the ones you didn't, we love you.
We love you very much indeed. And yeah, on that note, guys, have a great evening.